You're listening to the Teach Better Talk podcast featuring expert educators eager to share progressive tactics to reach more students. Teach Better Talk is created by teachers and fueled by passion. Let's get started.
Welcome to episode 198 of Teach Better Talk. My name is Ray Hewart, and as always, I am with my all-star, amazing co-host, Mr. Jeff Gargas.
Wow,
Hi, Jeff.
What got into you today?
Well, this is such a uplifting episode. I feel like our guest Kelly is like the sweetest person ever, and just doing such amazing things. I just felt inspired to be nice to you.
Well, I appreciate that. I guess thanks to Kelly for putting you in the right mood to be nice to me. That's awesome. This was it really was a great episode. She was fantastic. So, yeah, very, very, very uplifting. I get it. Yeah, a lot of positivity. I'm good with it. I'm doing good. I'm good, Ray. I was a little thrown off by how nice you were, but other than that, I'm doing really good. So
this episode is coming out the day that I start school.
How you feeling about all that? Like, that's obviously not today because we record these ahead of time, obviously, but we're almost there. How are things? How are you feeling? Are you pumped up?
Guys, y'all know that obviously the fall has a lot of different mixed emotions, but I won't lie, I love my staff and I found a mask I like and I am just embracing it. I'm excited to be back in my classroom. I'm excited to see my colleagues. I don't know. I know it's going to be hard and I know we have a lot that we're going to be flexible with moving forward, but I just have to say there's a reason that I left my job and I'm so excited to see my staff.
And I hope that anyone, whether you're going back to school, on this day like Ray is, or if maybe you got a week or a couple of weeks or maybe even three weeks or so. I mean, a lot of schools are pushing back, but you're in the mix of it right now. I hope that you can find, through all the mix of the unknowns and the worries and everything like that, I hope you can still find that excitement, that passion that you have. And that's what I think what's given me hope right now is I'm talking to so many educators that are like, look, there's a lot of unknown. Am I worried about certain things? Yes, I'm worried about a lot of things. I'm still trying to figure things out, but I love kids. I love the people I work with. I love the community I serve. I love what I do. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go back. We're going to figure it out. I hope everyone listening knows, like, you got this. There is no other I think group of professionals that's better prepared for the unknown right now than teachers. You guys have been preparing this your entire time. You make more decisions on the fly with limited support, limited funds, everything like that on a day-to-day basis your entire career. I think you're ready to go here, and I hope that you're grabbing your passion and let your why and that your love for your kids really drive you through all this just these difficult times. And Ray, that's what I've heard in you when you're like, yeah, there's this, and this. I'm trying to figure all this out, but I'm pumped up because I found a mask I like. Like, that's good. I love that because you could be like, I got to wear a mask. No, you're like, I found a mask I love. It's super cute. I'm ready to go. I'm going to have fun and do what you do and do the best you possibly can in a situation that you don't have a lot of control in, I think is really important.
Jeff, I've seen a lot of cute masks, but I don't know that I would describe my mask as cute. Do you know me at all? You think I'm wearing a cute mask?
Is it just like straight black?
Of course,
like a black
it
mask?
Is. You know
That's
me?
what I figured,
of course I'm wearing a black mask. It's like, come on, it's like the Ray outfit uniform.
It's just black mask, black dress, black shoes, good to go.
Okay, I might put on brown shoes, not to brag or anything, but I'm gonna vary it up.
Well, whatever. That's I'm out of my element now. I'm out of my league of trying to figure out whatever you're wearing. So, I'm just glad you found a mask that you like. That's really where I'm at, Ray.
We are gonna be fine, guys. If you are struggling with something, if it's an instructional practice, reach out to us. Let us help you. If it's a mask hunt that you haven't found one that you love, reach out to us. We'll help you. If you just need a cheerleader, a support system, reach out to us. We're happy to help. And it's not just us, like Jeff and I, but it's the whole team. It's a whole network. It's a whole family. Whatever you need right now, just let us know. And we'd be more than happy to find some way to make you feel a little bit better today and hopefully a little bit better tomorrow. And we're going to get through this. No stress, guys. I'm excited that we're kicking off the year, and there is a lot of new school year excitement. Even though it's different, it's still awesome.
And Ray said, like, if you need a cheerleader, I got you. I got pom-poms. I'm ready to go.
You have pom-poms?
You just give me a holler. Well, my daughter does.
What color pom-poms does Jeff Gargas own?
Well, my daughter has pink pom poms. She
Okay,
really wants to
Jacqueline
be
is
a
the
cheerleader.
best. She's the
She
best.
is the best. So I will tell you this: if you need it, if you need that pick me up, you tweet at me, you let me know, and I will get her on camera with her pom poms telling you you got this.
I actually would rather like to see you with the pink pom-poms. Can we make that happen?
Well, that might happen. We'll see who tweets at me and how I'm feeling the day that it happens.
Guys,
So
do not listen to the rest of this episode. Pause this recording and go tweet at him. I kid you not. If you're going to show up for me the way I try and show up for all of you, go tweet right now and then come back to this episode because Kelly's fabulous.
okay, so moving on to Kelly being fabulous. So our guest is Kelly Pascarella. Kelly is a 16-year public school veteran teacher and leader. She's taught grades K through 8. She's served as a gifted coordinator for grades K through 5. She is currently a doctoral student and working in that as well. She also is the founder and the creator of the website elementaryBlueprint.com, which we talk quite a bit in this. We hype it up. I know Ray utilizes it. We talk about it. It's something you should definitely check out for resources and connect with others as well. So, really great episode. You already touched on it. She's just super positive. She's so much fun. She just brings a certain light to just. I know it's not video. This is just audio, but there's still like a light that comes through. If that makes any sense, that she just kind of makes you feel good and get you excited about what she's talking about. So I really enjoy this episode. I'm really excited to be connected with Kelly. Ray, anything else you want us to pull out of this episode?
Just I love Kelly's piece of advice at the very end. Make sure that you
Yes.
have a post-it ready and a
Yeah.
pencil out because you will want to take this one down.
That is so true. And with that, let's get into episode 198 with Kelly Pascarella. All right, we are here and we are chatting with Kelly Pascarella. And Kelly, it's so awesome to have you on with us right now. We've been talking a little bit beforehand. We're already laughing. We're already having a good time. So that always gets me excited and pumped up for the episode. Really excited to kind of dive into your head, get to know you, get to know your story, and to learn and grow with you. Before we get too far into that, how are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I mean, I'm all over the place actually. We had today our plans came out for the opening of the school year.
Okay.
So as a parent, I feel for my kids. I have a kindergartner and a second grader coming up this year, so I feel for them that they won't get to have the richness of the in depth experience in person. But I also understand like the demands of everything going on behind the scenes. I worked all summer on the instructional team for developing an online academy for our district, and I just see how complex it is trying to serve everybody and provide quality education with all the strings that are attached to every decision that's being made. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of right in the middle of it as a parent, as a mom, and an educator, and just trying to keep a positive attitude going forward because I think that's all our kids need. From us, they're looking to us for our reactions and what we give them. So I'm just trying to keep a positive attitude moving forward this year.
Kelly, I love your positive attitude. That is so awesome.
Thanks.
So for our listeners who may not be connected to you yet, will you kind of start by answering that kind of age-old question of what do you do, Kelly, right? Like how do you describe the work you're involved in?
Yeah, I love that question. I do a little bit of everything. I've served as a teacher for 15 years, so I'm starting my 16th year this fall. I've taught every grade from kindergarten through eighth grade as a permanent substitute and then as a contract teacher. And for 5 years, the last 5 years prior to my current job, I was out of the classroom. I was a gifted coordinator. So among grades K to 5, I wrote individualized education plans on the gifted end and try to provide different enrichment opportunities for some really bright advanced kiddos across the district. I was in charge of 7 schools and trying to run the programming for that here in Pittsburgh. So I absolutely love that job. But one of the things I noticed in that job was just the inequity among resources and what teachers knew about in order to meet the student needs, specifically on the gifted side. But when you think about an elementary classroom teacher, they're in charge of every subject area typically, plus not just like teaching subjects, but they have to know all the social emotional side, for English language learners, for special needs. So you kind of get a mixed bag of abilities that you're teaching each year, and you have to know the resources to support all of that. So um, I've done the classroom teaching, I've done the gifted job, and then I went back to the classroom in the last 2 years, and I absolutely love it because I miss the creativity of being connected to the kids on a deeper level. Um, I like being able to actually design the lessons and see the impact that they're having up close. I'm also a doctoral student right now, so I'm in my final year. Tomorrow is actually my comprehensive presentation of all of the knowledge I've gained so far, and I present my research, which is going to be a case study on the website Elementary Blueprint that I've created based on the research.
Oh, so
Wow.
you're not busy at all. Good,
Yeah,
Kelly.
no kidding. So
Total mouthful.
wasn't hard for you at all to carve out some time for us then, huh?
No,
Jeez,
no.
you got a lot going on. Congratulations
Mm,
on the work and being so far into your doctoral and everything
thank
with
you.
there. And so that kind of led us into, so you said you're presenting the research on the site that you built because of the research, which is a really
Yeah,
interesting sort of I don't know, bring it all the way around full circle there. So
yeah.
let's talk about elementary blueprint. Can you tell
Right.
us about the site, what it is, and where it came from?
I would love to. So, when I was in the gifted position, I started a website on the side just to help parents and teachers have access to what I felt were the best apps and websites and books that you could order for enrichment needs. And a lot of teachers were accessing that. I had enrichment banks developed for every grade level, and they were just kind of stagnant. There's a stagnant website of links for people to access who were just searching for more information. A lot of people always called, and whether their kids had that label or not, it really didn't matter. It was just people looking to help their kids learn more, in an area they were interested in. So when I started the doctoral research, I started to research open-ended resources because I have a passion for equity in education. I grew up in a very small town, a very rural town, and we kind of had all different levels of income there. And then where I work now and where I live now is a very it's a well-off socioeconomic area, and I just feel that no matter where you grow up, no matter who your teachers are, everyone should have access to all of the information out there. So, where I am right now, we have incredible professional development and we have speakers that come in and we have great opportunities as teachers to continue to learn. And not everyone has that, especially not everyone has the time to find all the resources. So, when COVID-19 started, when we were all homebound, I kind of had this epiphany that we needed one interactive place where all teachers could access all of the incredible educational resources that were out there. Um, there's so many silos, and if you don't know what you're searching for, you may not come across a tool that's already been created for you and can save you time and help you do better in the classroom. So I wanted to create this overarching umbrella that could house everything for a teacher. So I could log in and I could say, all right, this is my subject area, this is my grade level, these are this is the price range I want to use. And we try to post mostly free things. But then I also want teacher ratings because the research proves that teachers trust teachers more than anybody else. So you have to be a teacher to log in. And that's where it's collectively kind of curated by professional educators, the people that are on the site using it. There's a lot
Hmm.
there.
No, that's really, really cool. So then, so free to sign up for, right? Free to get in registered for as a teacher.
Yeah, it is right now. So right now, we are in the process of applying for nonprofit status because we want it to remain free for teachers. I think anyone who's been in the classroom knows how much they spend on their own things just to make the classroom as good as possible. Like I spend a lot of money every summer with bulletin boards and little trinkets for reward systems in the classroom, and whether it's little whiteboards or just anything you want to do to make it more engaging as a teacher. So this is something that we feel like, again, going back to that equity, every teacher everywhere should be able to log in and say, hey, these teachers have the same mindset as me, that I created a cool lesson. I want to share it on here. and somebody else can download it and add it to their collection. Or I use this website, I'd highly recommend it. Or I follow this blogger, I highly recommend like following them. And it's a great way to just share professional resources among us as teachers.
That's really, really cool. So that's at elementaryBlueprint.com for those of you listening. If you want to check it out, we'll make sure it's in the show notes as well. Very, very cool. So I think it's been a while since we've gotten to talk about the success question, Ray. A lot of times I always go to the fail one. Sometimes we have to cut a question, and it feels like this success one always gets cut. I want to have Kelly be the first one for a while to really make sure we dive into this one. So, Kelly, can you share a story with us about a time that you've had a successful moment or some success that you've had in your life? This could be something big or something small, but tell us what happened, why was it a success for you, and then what did you take away from that?
So there are there's so many stories here I could share. I fail like a little bit every day because I feel like I'm constantly learning. But the most recent success I had was having two people join me on the website work on Elementary Blueprint. Nicole obviously stepped in as the chief content curator, so she's adding resources daily. And then another close woman in my life who is had got her master's in nonprofit business management, Laura. She stepped in to help me on the business side of developing this work. I was kind of going at it all alone as a passionate teacher, thinking, hey, we can change the world together this way. And just having people believe in it as well and step up and say, hey, I want to work with you on that and try to bring this to life to help teachers around the globe together. That to me feels like the biggest amount of success right now. I think also when you think about what we did all spring with the remote learning, I think, I serve on a team in middle school. So keeping our team together and engaged in the learning was not easy. I think our district did it as best as possible. We had live sessions together and live team hangouts, trying to keep trying to keep the energy up of the kids, even though they knew it was the last quarter, they were going into summer. I think we actually had a lot of success given that that was all kind of brand new to everybody. So I think those are kind of two of the most recent things that have felt pretty good.
Yeah, Kelly, and I have to say, I know that we're going to talk about you, and I know we're going to separate it from obviously the great work you're doing with Elementary Blueprint, but I love that your mission is just to help educators, and it's rooted in research, and I really love that model, that blending, and so I just every time I hear about it, every time I'm able to check out the website, I have an account. It was super easy to sign up. I just really value the work you're doing. I'm glad that this is a success because I've seen it and been following it, and it looks like a huge success and like collaborative efforts. I think that's awesome. With with all this stuff though, Kelly, because like geez, you're like the busiest person ever. What's like keeping you excited? What's like really fueling your fire in terms of like all the work you're doing and putting in all this time and effort? What really is keeping you excited about education?
I think what's cool about this time, one of the things I read in one of my doctorate books was talking about the mail system and how everybody used to have to rely on the U.S. Postal Service to communicate, right? And now you look at how antiquated that is and how very few people use that. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the birthday card I get from my 96-year-old grandmother every year. It's actually a huge joy. But if systems don't adapt, they die. And you have to, as educators, we know that change is a constant, but I'm so excited that, as depressing and hard as this time has been for families and monetary reasons and hunger reasons, and like on that whole end, we know that this time has been horrible, but it's also shed light on rethinking and reimagining what we need to do for our kids. The stress that has now been put on the social emotional piece to help kids through. I'm it's brought to life like the most important pieces of education, and also it's really gotten me excited. Like I have a colleague who isn't really big on technology and didn't really want to change much, even when some newer people on the team arrived. And this spring, I think she was completely reinvigorated, learning how to record a play that we did for our kids, and we all used our voices, and she had her kids' voices in it. And seeing people kind of step up and try new things is exciting during this time, because especially in education, you get tired of all the change, and um, I like seeing people around me say, "Oh, that's not so hard," or I played around with this and I figured it out. I mean, that's all it really is, playing around and trying to figure out new things that can engage the students. I saw Dave Burgess posted a link today to a floors hot lava game, which is great, as a great introduction to like classroom rules, and you can do it digitally or in person. But with that being such a popular show on Netflix, I thought that would be a great. I can easily adapt that for my classroom to start the year, and immediately it's a relevant thing for the kids. So I think just all the sharing, all the adaptability that teachers are going through right now, as difficult as it is, it's also that silver lining of all this.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I love that. Absolutely. And I saw that same post and it was a
Yeah,
great read. So for everybody listening, go find that blog because they do great work and there's always great authors that are contributing new ideas there. Super good.
yeah, I agree.
So, Kelly, what's one piece of advice that you have for educators? Usually we ask about new teachers, but the reality is kind of we all feel like new teachers right now. Everything's a little bit different. If you had one piece of advice that you were going to share with educators to just continue to reach their students and do our best work, what would that be?
When I switched schools, when I switched out of the gifted position to the middle school where I teach now in my home district, the first woman I met, she has been a science teacher there for about. Probably she's maybe got 2 or 3 years left until retirement, so she's probably been there at least 30 years, and she was the kindest person, and the first thing she told me was, "Find your marigolds," and there's a story floating out on the internet how, marigolds are used to help other plants in the garden prosper, and you plant them around, purposefully, and it's kind of the idea of surrounding yourself with people who have the same attitude as you, in school. Like, it's so easy to get bogged down with the stress of the day or parents or the weight of the workload, all the grading and everything. But if you have people around you, like I had Nicole all year, and she was constantly bringing in new ideas and creative plans that she had done in the past. And I would say find those marigolds, those teachers that you look up to. For me, now that I'm kind of midway through my career, there's people older than me that I admire, and I try to go into their classrooms and just kind of see how they arrange their walls or see how they talk to students, kind of observing all those little tips and tricks that they have. And also now for me, it's younger teachers. It's teachers fresh out of college that I'm learning from. That they're more tech savvy than I am. Even though I like to think I keep up with everything, it's pretty cool to find those people that and take the approach that you can learn from everybody around you. And the people that, if the faculty room is toxic, stay away from it. It's, you don't have to eat in there. Try to find the people that are like you and kind of remind you of your why when you get into the classroom.
I love the marigold analogy.
I
That's
know you do.
such a great story. If you guys don't know that one, you got to go look that one up because that is a very relatable and special story.
Great advice. So let's have some fun here. Let's do the next 6 questions, and your goal is to answer each one in 15 seconds or less. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think I can do it.
All right. What is one ed tech tool you cannot live without?
Definitely elementaryBlueprint.com. We're gonna pump that one out there. Every time I log on, Nicole, there's already new things being added, and you can filter by grade level and subject area. Also YouTube, but we all know that one. I just taught myself a Bitmoji classroom this summer from a video, so that was awesome. So I have a Bitmoji page ready for my kids to come back to, and I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Give us a book you're reading right now.
Aside from my doctoral books, a Cresswell and Poth book I'm reading, it's qualitative research. I am reading a book by Samantha Powell. She was Obama's foreign advisor during his administration, and she has such an amazing life. She's a mother, but she's also been around the world, and just the inequities that she's seen in the world put a lot of our luxurious life here into perspective. I just love reading from intelligent people. So the book is called The Education of an Idealist by Samantha Powell.
Who do we need to follow on social media today? You can give us up to 3.
Okay, at Elementary Blueprint, you can follow us right now. Teach Better, you guys are great. I already follow you. And then my favorite right now is The Holistic Psychologist. It's the.holistic.psychologist, and it's because I believe if you're happy between your own mind and in your head, then if you're full kind of in your own life, then you can help serve others as a teacher. She's my favorite.
Give us a good YouTube channel or website for educators.
I'm in ELA land right now for all the ELA teachers, and I like Pernell Rip. She started the Global Read Aloud. Most ELA people know her, but she had a great blog. I think she's taking a little break for a while, but she just always comes in with a fresh perspective on the times and relating it to literature and how she shares current events and everything with her kids. So Pernell Rip is great, and then Shanahan on literacy. He is a reading professor, and he talks about the research behind reading and how to make kids succeed.
Give us a daily, weekly, or monthly routine every teacher should get into.
I think the first one would be figuring out how to reward your kids. Knowing, just with all the stuff we have to do as teachers, you got to know what your systems are to help that keep it positive with them, so they can work towards some good things. And also take care of yourself. Find time every day. I do it first. I wake up early and I run, and that's kind of my solid me time. It's music. It's something like a podcast. Take care of yourself because you can't help others without helping yourself.
And lastly, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I have this one written down around my house. My dad says, Frank Kovacs, his advice is happiness is between the ears. A lot of what you think, what you tell yourself, what you believe is comes true. So if you can think positively and tell yourself good things and find the good side of things, then that's pretty true in your life.
That is
Oh,
such good advice. I love that so much.
I
Like,
do too, Kelly. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
so perfect.
yeah, he's a modern day Buddha. Happiness is between the ears. I love him. He's a great guy.
That Yeah, that is absolutely something that I can imagine, like, having, a note like, a Post-it note on my desk with that reminder, like or, like, a piece of artwork that shares that. I think that's so powerful, so
You're right.
powerful.
We do need to make it into some artwork. You're
we
absolutely
do.
right. We should do that. It's better than a Post-it note.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'll do the Post-it note for now, and then we'll get some beautiful art piece that then we'll all make sure is in our office, that it'll be a stand-in, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We'll take the Post-it note, we'll put it in a really nice frame.
yeah,
There we go.
that works.
It'll be very like modern art, you know.
Yeah, I'll work
Cut
on it. I'll make some commission pieces in my free time.
like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Kelly sounds like she has a lot of free time, so in her free time, she'll take
Yeah,
care
she
of
should be
that.
able to do it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's no big deal.
there's some good art teachers out there that will.
get your dad's signature on it, so then
I
we
will.
can have like a signature series, a
Yeah,
I love
ritual.
that idea.
at least I'll pin it on. I'll put it on Instagram tomorrow and pin it up there. Maybe
I like
it'll go
I
viral.
like it. I'm in.
Well, Kelly, I want to make sure that all of our listeners are able to connect with you and continue learning from you. I mean, I am so fortunate to have been connected before this podcast with you, but I just want to make sure our listeners also are checking out the work you're doing. They're connecting with the organization, and they're just making sure that they're, hearing all the wonderful things you continue to put out there to support teachers to help them be better. Would you mind sharing how people can stay connected?
Absolutely. So for Elementary Blueprint, we're on Instagram at Elementary Blueprints, and again, it's all our website is all free. So the website is www.elementaryBlueprint.com, and Twitter is at ELEM Blueprint, and our Facebook page is also at Elementary Blueprints. And our YouTube channel, just with some YouTube tutorial videos on how to use the website. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case you need one, it's my name at Kelly Pascarella for the YouTube channel. So we're out there. We're getting out there, and our biggest thing is if we want all teachers to join in and make it a movement. Our mission is equity. Our mission is sharing among each other. We'd love to create a grid tab. We talked with our tech department today, so if we can share everybody's grids under one tab on there with like on one of the main tabs, we'd love to do so. So we'll have to talk to you about that too.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, it's a good. I know you already share them on Facebook, but also um, just to house some for all the followers. But there's a lot of places you can follow us. Yeah.
Very cool. You can find all the links, all the resources, everything we mentioned about in this episode over at teachbetter.com, as well as the really important links for connecting with Kelly and keep the conversation going, for checking out elementary blueprints. So make sure you head over to teachbetter.com for all of that. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. And if you can give us a rating and a review, we'd really appreciate that as well. And let's keep taking this one step further. Think of just 3 of your colleagues who need to hear these amazing stories and share this podcast with them. Kelly, thank you so much for coming on. This was a great episode. Super excited for people to hear it. Super excited to continue to watch what you're doing with elementary blueprint and everything you got going there, and that movement that you're trying to grow, and to just watch it continue to grow and do great things. So thanks for taking some time out and hanging out with us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Ray.
Until next time, let's get out there and let's teach better.